Hello, my name is Colin Hill and this is some top questions for Swim Secure. Number one, where did I start open water swimming? Well, I started swimming many years ago. Probably I was 6 years old when I started with the swimming club, and I went sort of through the swimming club system, so I was doing the galas every weekend, training, most days. And then I really started open water swimming properly, I would say, when I lived in New Zealand. I was over in New Zealand for a few years, and that's where I started doing some swim run competitions, which are really big over there. And also I was doing a lot of multi-sport racing across New Zealand. So kayaking, swimming, running, cycling. So really, great place to be, great place to live. So New Zealand's where I really started open water swimming. When I came back to the UK in about 98, that's when I started swimming in the Lake District and doing a lot of length of lake swims there. Okay, number two, what sort of exercises do I recommend for people who want to do open water swimming? Well, certainly for myself, before I go swimming, I use those bungee cords. I'm sure you've seen them before, the stretch cords that you get. And I just spend about, 10, 15 minutes before every swim, be it in the pool or the open water. And I just do some stretches. So I just stretch my rotator cuffs, just make sure that that's nice and loose. Yes, I do quite a few different sorts of stretches just to make sure that I'm nice and warmed up and loose before I go in for that swim, especially when it's, I'm going to the colder water without a wetsuit. It's nice to have those muscles ready and firing. So I do recommend getting some stretch cords and just get into the habit of stretching before you swim. Okay, next, where's my favorite place to swim? Well, my favorite place to swim, it's right behind me. I live in Ullswater. My house is just out of shot on the other side of the lake, and I love coming down in the morning nice and early before anybody else is up and going for a beautiful swim in Ullswater. And I swim pretty much every day in here year round, and have done for quite a few years. So yeah, this is my favorite place. But also the valley itself. There's some nice high tarns, there's some lovely streams for sort of dipping in. So I love the Ullswater Valley because it's got such a good contrast of different places to swim. Be it in the lake, doing a long linear swim, taking my children for a swim in the lake, or going trekking up into one of those high tarns and swimming in there. Okay, next question. What is my greatest achievement in open water swimming? Well, it's quite a tough question, that one, because I've been involved in swimming for quite a lot of years, and I was recently recognized by the International Swimming Hall of Fame for my contribution to open water swimming. And that wasn't for one of the swims I've done. It was mainly because of my organizational input into open water swimming. So I was involved in organizing the open water event at the London 2012 Olympics. I was the technical manager for that, which was absolutely incredible. I went on and I was the technical manager for the European Championships in Loch Lomond. I also set up the Great North Swim. That was my idea, my concept. And also Chill Swim was my company, which I set up. And, so that's a lot of those things have really helped, I hope, to progress open water swimming in the country. So I'm very proud of this sort of, the organizational side that I've done for open water swimming. Probably my favorite swim, it could have been the English Channel. That was, it meant a lot to me being a long distance swimmer. It's a very historic swim. And I do love swimming the length of lakes. I live the Lake District. I love swimming end to end. Never get tired of that. Okay, so how do I recommend people get into open water swimming? If you want to get into open water swimming, the best thing to do is to find other swimmers. So they can tell you safe place to swim, where you should get in, where you should get out, all those things. It's really useful. So look on Facebook, or there's more and more people swimming now. There's more clubs and groups that are now swimming in the open water. So I recommend that you find somebody else, and they're normally really happy to sort of share their knowledge. And that's probably the most sensible thing you can do. If you want to start open water swimming, find somebody else. But there are some great books out there which you can read up on open water swimming. Lots of good websites, YouTube channels. I've got a YouTube channel, Colin Hill Swims. You can check that out. Lots of information on open water swimming, especially for winter swimming if people want to get into the cold water swimming stuff. So, final question. What is my favorite kind of tow float? Now, Swim Secure is a company that I set up. I used to swim in lakes, and just realised how vulnerable that I was when I could hear boats in the water, and when it's a choppy day, I was just aware that I wasn't as visible as I should be. And I actually start off with a surfer's leash around my ankle. I noticed to tow these sort of diving inflatable buoys with flags on the back. That's how it first started. And then really Swim Secure came about because I set up a length of lake swim, and I wanted everyone to be nice and visible in the water. And the first race we did, which was Coniston end to end back in 2013, I had to give away all the tow floats because people didn't have them. People didn't know what they were. So everyone got given a tow float in that first race. And it's so different now where people are sort of aware of them. But tow floats are great for visibility. When I swim with my children, I know that I can see them really easily. And if they get tired, they can just turn around and hold on to them for a rest. But my favorite tow float, well, generally I'll go for the donut. You know, if I'm doing a long linear swim, then I can put a drink in here which I can access, but also can have my phone in here. I can have, you know, some dry clothes, not much, but I can put in thermal top, thermal hat, things like that. So, and if I swim with other people, you know, people who've got inhalers, they can pop those in there. So I think the donut is a nice one. If I'm trying to pitch one float for somebody to have, the donut is probably the good all-round float. But then again, I have the full range, so I do chop and change which ones I want to use. So my name is Colin Hill. Thank you very much for watching these top questions. You can find me at allswaterswimplace.com and also my YouTube channel, Colin Hill Swims. But thank you very much, Swim Secure, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video.